Hi guys, this is Snarkcraft. What's going on? Welcome to the This is Snarkcraft English commentary. This is once again gonna be one of those guaranteed to be epic, awesome, juicy kinds of games. This is part of the LadderNet series played between random guy, just possibly having some fun, warming up before the daily pro leagues and getting ready for the next SSL, I guess. So that's it. We're gonna be having two very special players, and I would tell you why they're special today. It's gonna be Snow as Protoss versus Light as Terran. The map these guys are playing on is Polypoint, one of my favorite map to play when I go on ladder or when I just have some fun, because this map is very easy to play. These are the ELO scores for classical maps with Polypoint included. 51.8% win rate for Terran, so kind of balanced, although Terran's got a slight advantage, so we shall see how that will play out. Looks like on Polypoint we will have Light spawning in the top left in the yellow color and Snow spawning at the bottom right in the brown color. Protoss versus Terran, my favorite matchup. The other favorite matchup that I have is Protoss versus Zerg. Of course, we don't have any Zerg players today. Anyways, this week is very special week for these two players, because if you look at the ELO stats, you will see very clearly right away here the top 10 Bookwork players today, and Snow is number 1 and Light is number 2. So these two guys are the best players in the current community right now. Very nice, ranking these guys have. And here the win rates in the last 30 days of Snow versus Terran is a staggering 79% win rate. And Light versus Protoss is his weakest matchup, only 43%. So I guess Snow's got a slight advantage going into this game. And let's see how these guys will, perform in the upcoming parts of the game. If you remember, these are the accomplishments of these two players in the ASL 18 season so far, including the SSA season 1. So Light has got 1 gold and Snow has got 0 gold. Very sad for him. And here are the performance by rounds. So as you can see, Snow has made 0 finals. He's been in, he's made what did he make? Yeah, he's made 2 finals. He's made 4 semifinals and 7 quarterfinals. And as for Light, as you can see, he has made also there he is. He's won 1 time. He's made 2 finals and 2 quarterfinals. So very strong performance by Light in that regards. Anyhow, we will see a very nice Nexus coming up here. This is a standard timing Nexus. The Dragoon will be coming out. This probe is going to chase the SCV away. SCV takes 1 hit. And on this other map, we're going to be having the probe getting chased away as Light getting ready for quick expansion. You can see he's saving up his money for it. His expansion is slightly later than Snow, and this will give Snow a slight advantage, but not by much. And it will all come down to what is going to be the next tech of choice for these two players. As for Light, he's going to be going for a quick vulture. This vulture will try to sneak itself around on this map. As you can see, Polypoint with cross-spawning position. There are a lot of open areas for the vulture to exploit, and it will all come down to whether this Dragoon from Snow is gonna exert itself against the Marine front line, or he would try to stay back and try to catch that vulture. It looks like the SCB would take a detour here just to drive the Dragoon away, and the vulture starts to leave the area. So this Dragoon is gonna have to back up here. Usually on Polypoint, the Protons player want to build some kind of pylon wall here to block off the the entrance for the enemy. Anyway, we're gonna be having the second. Well, you see, that's gonna be a robo, and then that is gonna be the second gateway. The Nexus is completing. We don't see probes getting transferred. He needs to be transferring probes now. He's kind of late with that. Okay, he does get he's got like 2 probes only. Maybe he fears that this vulture will go in for a run by, so he doesn't want to have too many probes around. This vulture trying to go on, and we're gonna be having a starport. Interesting build here for Light. He's gonna be going for a starport, a hidden starport, a proxy starport. And yeah, we see the Light S push coming out. This is very typical of him. He goes for 4 or 5 Marines, some vultures, possibly a tank, but this time around he's gonna be going purely vultures here. He's upgrading mines, he's making the 3rd vulture. As for Snow, he's gonna be going for observatory first, getting ready to take a quick expansion. We will have a single pylon, a second pylon coming up, and this vulture along with 2 Marines and another Vulture is gonna be coming out here. He might just lay some mine at the front door and back up. He lays the first mine, and he will have no chance to get in here. I mean, without the support of the tank, it's very hard. Anyways, okay, the first mine is gonna get destroyed, so it looks like Snow has got everything to cover out. Looks like this Vulture is gonna have to get itself repair. The starport with the add-on comes down. What is going inside of Snow's base? He's gonna be making the first observer, and as for Light, he will go for engine bay and only purely Vulture. This is interesting build, guys. He's not building any tank, he's building Vulture, and this is actually playing out quite nicely for Snow because he will have observers and he will be able to clear out those minefields. The question is, what about the drops, right? Because this area here will be vulnerable to drops. I think that is going to be the angle of attack here for the dropship. He will not go along this top corridor because it's really far out. But anyways, we will have the Vultures start to come out and expansion goes down. If Snow can plan this expansion before the drop commences, he will get it finished by the time that the drop finished. But anyways, these Vultures are going to be waiting and the dropship comes. So it looks like Snow is going to be slightly out of position here. He's got some Dragoons and okay, he does get a kind of a star sense here. The dropship comes in. Let's see if Snow is going to be paying attention. He will see it from the the small side of his radar. The observer sees it and the Dragoons is here. He will get one Vulture, he will get the other Vulture, which is nice. What about the main base? Looks like the dropship gets sniped right away. Only Vulture makes it through. He will have tried to hide all the way in the back, and at last minute that Vulture will take with him just one kill or two kills, that is, and he will back out. So that was slightly not much damage, I believe. And as for Light, he loses the dropship. This other Vulture is going to try to come in with a bit of, some kind of, run by, but not able to get anything successful. And now Light's going to be very careful because the counterattack is coming on. But for the timing, Snow's going to try to clear out all of the minefield and get ready for a quick expansion. If he can expand 4 bases to Terrans 2, that's going to be very nice. But at least he's going to check out the front door. He sees that there are 2 tanks. Siege mode is done for sure, yeah, so Light will have a chance to just hang out here. The observer is going way too far, need to back down a little bit here. Snow is not paying attention. He checks and he will just lose himself out there. He saw a couple of stuff, but not by much. Anyways, probes need to get transferred now and Snow need to get ready for a quick expansion. He will, yeah, if you can get this economy going up, it'll be very nice. As you can see, 4 base economy coming for Snow. He's going to be blocking most of his entrance here. The starport has already lifted it way all the way back inside of Light's base, so Light will be just slightly on the defensive for some time being. As for Snow, what is going to be his next tech of choice? He's going to be going for Reavers. As you can see, the Reavers is almost done. Snow is going to wall himself up so that no more drops can actually hamper his economy on this side of the map. He's going to be going for 6 gateway. And the Reaver is out. The Reaver is going to get picked up here. And we shall see what is going to be the next move for these players. The Vulture is going to try to come in here for a quick peek. And he sees that there are a lot of Dragoons waiting, so he will be backing out. As for Light, what is his next plan? He's going to be going for a lot of factories. He's been upgrading +1 for a while. His +1 will be finished. And he's going to be building a raid, I believe. Just to combo that, as you can see that the raid is coming out, as well as some comsat station. Probe's gonna get transferred to his new base. So for the time being, I'm gonna say that Snow's gonna be having a nice economic advantage here. But it will need to come down to what is gonna be the next one. Looks like Light has taken a scan. He's just gonna be checking if his enemy is gonna be upgrading his core, because that is something that he will be fearing. Fast carriers, but that is not going to be the case. Looks like Slow is going to be going at least towards the Temptar strategy with a lot of fast zealots and a lot of gateway production. Anyhow, 4 Vultures coming out and looking for some openings here. Snow is gonna finally saturate his base. He's gonna be worries about this entrance because the Vulture can still run by. But anyways, Reaver's in the right position. Snow is playing a very turtlish game this time around. He is not attacking, he's not harassing, he's staying at home and making sure that his economy is coming up nicely. But that is going to allow Light to go for very quick upgrades here. As you can see, the tank will gain the +1 soon, and the +1 armor will also commence. So that's nice. The Zealot with leg is going to be what Light is going to be upgrading here. Looks like some Vulture is going to get sniped. A single Dragoon will die. At the last minute, these things will get clear out, and we will have the game resuming for the time being. 4 base Protoss, around 109 supply for Snow, 100. Okay, now it's gonna shoot up to 220. As for Snow, Light is 100 supply. So I guess this is rather even though on paper, the way it looks, we will have 4 base Protoss versus 2 base Terran. Anyways, looks like Light has scanned this area. He saw the Reavers, he saw the cannons. He know he will not have a chance to go in, but he might have a chance to go in here with the double vultures. Looks like the probe is gonna get a little bit harassed here, but at the last minute, some probes will be able to save themselves and not others. More vultures gonna be going for a run by. Very, very good for Light. Excuse me, for Snow to stop the vultures in the middle of the map. The game will go on here. Snow with about a 25 supply lead. Not a big supply lead if you ask me, but he's got his 4 bases. But for Light, looks like it's gonna be going for Command Center and Cloak Raid. Okay, this is very interesting. Cloak Raid, how does it work in Protoss versus Terran? I don't know. It kind of works in island maps, right? Because you want to kind of control the air and, you know, shut down shuttles and run away from dragoons and stuff like that. But with this not very standard map, it's a little bit hard, I think, to go for Cloak Raid. But anyhow, looks like Light is getting ready to go for a quick expansion now. Finally, he's gonna have his 3rd base coming up, but I think Snow need to get ready for a 4th base. He can take this, excuse me, a 5th base. He can take this base right here if he wishes to. But anyhow, looks like the battle is going to commence. So we're going to be having a lot of dragoons coming out. Looks like the shuttle were dropping stuff. I could not follow the action. Looks like there was some Zealot getting dropped, but that's going to be the end of this attack here. And supply-wise, Snow is still ahead by about 20 supply, but he's going to have to think about the next base. He will take this base at the bottom left of the map, which is going to be very, very nice. Does Light go for some more dropship? No, he's going to be just going for a lot of science vessels and a lot of raid just to make sure he's got dominance in the air here. And as for Snow, it is wise of him to take this base on the low ground because he will have a lot of map control. So it's fine by him to just, you know, take the bases closest towards the enemy. Anyways, we're going to be having a small engagement here, and looks like in the last minute, Snow's going to get pushed back. He needs to take a 5th base right now. He's got so much money. It looks like there's a lot of drops happening. Excuse me, once again, this Cloak Raid doing some good damage, but at the last minute, looks like it was not successful. Not a lot of damage is done there by Snow. But anyways, he's gonna be going for a quick expansion now, and making sure that the Terran player is completely contained inside of his bases and more forces coming out. And finally, we will have a lot of High Templar. Looks like High Templar energy, excuse me, High Templar Storm is gonna be upgrading, as well as fast observer movement and upgrading ground weapons. Let's just quickly take a look at the upgrades for the players. Looks like for Protoss, it is not yet upgraded. As for Terran, he's got +1 weapons and +1 armor. Terran checking out the various locations. Yeah, Snow is making sure that he can contain his enemy inside of the bases where the other shuttles go. I don't see it just yet. Looks like he is making just 1 shuttle right now. Some raid trying to move out. It looks like these vultures get past the dragoons and Zealot forces here. It's going to be cumbersome, I think, for Zealot to try to defend. He goes out and clears some of the mines with his Zealot, which is a nice move. He cleared out more mines. And he's going to be backing out. Looks like we're going to be having these shuttle, okay, double shuttle, making a lot of, you know, presence in the air. In a couple of minutes here, we're going to be having a lot of flying objects. But anyhow, for the timing, Snow's going to be going up to his fifth base. I think this is rather late for a Protoss player that has been going on 4 bases for a while. His 5th base was very slow, guys, very slow, and that mine ate up a lot of Zealots, so that's not good. Anyways, these vultures come in at just the right moment to stop these cannon going up. This is not lucky at all for Snow. He eats a mine as well, but at the last minute, he's going to be able to clear out these vultures, I believe. More vultures coming to reinforce from the other side of the map, but we will have some Zealot support as well, so that's going to be the end of these vulture run by. And Probe's going to be able to saturate this base, which is about time because that base has been up for a while, but we don't see any Probes getting transferred. They will get transferred now, so that's good. Anyways, looks like Snow is going to be upgrading, you know, just more stuff on the force. It's got +1 only. As for Terran, as you can see, there is +1 armor and +2 weapons already. Finally, Snow is going to take this base, and he will be going up to 6 bases. But I think we will have also the 4th command center for the Terran player in a couple of minutes here. We shall see. For the timing, looks like what is going to be Light's plan. He will try to take the 12 o'clock base. I'm not so sure if that's going to be the right base to take it. The shuttle flies through, and he will be able to storm a lot of stuff here. But these Cloak Raid are doing good damage on the shuttle. The shuttle dies, and I believe it was, you know, taken with it some High Templar as well, so that's not very good. But anyways, yeah, we're going to be having these Protoss forces trying to back up here. He would just snipe a single turret, and that's it. Looks like a lot of vultures coming through. We might see a huge Terran push because we have this high ground here, and if Snow is not able to get to that high ground before the tanks does, he will be on the low ground. Looks like the rest of the Protoss forces is trying to get in the position here. He will get some of the forces on the high ground. We do have a shuttle flying through. The shuttle's got what? I guess he's got 4 high temperatures, and he's gonna be very careful. Observers with speed is able to see a lot of stuff here. The tank's gonna try to come out. The Protoss gets on this high ground. He needs to get to this position right now. The rest of the Protoss force is gonna be getting in that position. Zealot need to move in front and to drive the mines into the tanks. Looks like at the last minute this place will fall. And that was a mistake by Snow to not be in the right place at the right time. But he will get one storm against some of the mines and some of the vultures just to clear out the areas here. The Nexus is very close to burning, but reinforcement in the form of Zealot start to come out here. The High Templar will cast some storm. He will get one good storm against the vultures. There was some kind of EMP maybe, I'm not so sure, but that was a second good storm against the tanks. The battle is raging on furiously. A number of the Dragoons have died out, or we only have Zealots remaining. That's not very good. And the last a nice D-Matrix tanks from Light saves the day, and this base is still under siege, and Snow has fallen fast in supply here. We have Cloak Raid coming out to snipe the Shadow, but at the last minute the Raid has died, so that's at least a kind of a consolation prize here for Snow. He would try very hard to save his way. The Shadow is gonna be very close to dying. He's got 4 high temperatures. He's gonna be very careful. He will cast a good storm against the tank. He does get one good storm against it and kill off the tank. He needs to cast one more storm. We need to have an EMP. That was a nice storm against that tank in the corner that has been damaged from before. Anyways, looks like Snow is very slow to enforce. He needs to start to move probes towards this area. He's kind of very low in APM. As you can see, his APM only 100, 270, whereas Light is 310, 20, and this base will fall very quickly here. And Snow did not build another base on the high ground, so he cannot, get back in that area. He will cast a good storm against the tank. He's gonna be very careful. He will cast another good storm. He will take out one tank. Those cannons gonna be falling very fast. He need to cast another storm soon because the tank was gonna burn out. The Nexus take a storm now. He does get a storm out, and very timely D-Matrix. He will cast another good storm, and that Nexus has fallen, and these probes will all die. But at the last minute, we will have the tank try to come out with reinforcement from the back. It's doing good damage here, but now Light is up to 4 bases, and Protoss is still on just 2. But at least there's gonna be some nice storm that will kill up some of the tanks. I think very good spread of tanks though by Light. He's spreading them out so nicely, and this pylon is gonna get destroyed. The pylon get destroyed, or those cannons gonna get a complete unpower. I guess Snow can need to get on the high ground and then try to storm from the highway. Can try to do that, but he's gonna just evacuate this entire area and try to take another base on this side of the map. But as you can see, it's not going very well for him. He's got 5 bases, whereas Terran's got 4, excuse me. So what is gonna be the next move now for Snow? That's gonna be the question. Looks like he will start to fly some of his forces over here. He's gonna get ready to take a quick expansion to recuperate on his losses. Let's check out what is going on inside of Snow's bases. He's gonna be going for pure gateways. His forces are upgraded +1 weapons and +1 armor. And as for Terrans, they are +3 weapons and +2 armor. This is very nice Templar strategy. Need to be deployed to the full force here if Snow wants to win. He's gonna try to fly out with some nice high Templar. It looks like EMP is waiting in the area. Double storm. Good storm against kind of not really good spread out tanks here, so that's gonna be very nice trade for the Protoss player. But at the last minute, once again, he gets pushed back. He's doing okay with trades, and these forces have been hanging out here without doing any kind of significant damage at all. So that is something I've been wondering about, which is how useful are those 5 forces in the corner, especially in the previous engagement. He could have used all of them. And this base has not been harassed at all, man. And Snow, he's not really playing the correct Templar strategy. He needs to be flying more shadows. He needs to be making a lot of shadows. He's making how many shadows exactly? He does make more shadows, but he's making a lot of observers. Which I don't really condone at this stage. You need to be making just a lot of shadows and just using his existing observers. Anyhow, it looks like the battles for this high ground continues here, and looks like Snow does push his enemy back. But how much is the damage? He gets 1 high Templar, and that was a great storm to damage some of the forces in the backside. He will cast 1 more storm against the tank, maybe. No, at the last minute, Snow's gonna back up, and he loses some forces in the process. That is the sickest. Where's the mine? I don't even see it. There was a mine somewhere, but anyways, that mine has vanished into thin air. Anyhow, we are at this 90-minute mark of the game, and Snow 189 supply, Light 154 supply. Light is gonna get ready to take another expansion at the bottom left of the screen. He will take over the base that Snow used to have here. And as for Snow, does he transition into armors or something else? Of course, you can see this is a training game because he's not switching into anything else. He's just playing with just pure Templar strategy here and just practice his shadow diving techniques. We will have another engagement on this side of the map. Looks like Light sees the movement of the forces. Is gonna be very careful. Snow comes out. He will actually have some Storm on the low ground. He comes through and looks like the rest of Lion's Force is gonna try to get back here. One Storm, two Storm maybe. He does get only one Storm, but at least Zealot ate up a lot of the energy from the High Templars themselves, so that's not very good. We do have some more Enforcers coming out and good splash damage, but looks like this base is completely saved by Light. He will have yet another 5th base command center coming up here, and as for Snow, he's got his base coming out, but these vultures in the middle of the map is stopping any kind of probes from getting sent. So what is going to be Snow's next move, because his supply is dwindling. He's got about the same supply as Light. He's been trading very poorly. He's not really using Templar strategy correctly, but now he will use some Templar strategy. He comes out, he will possibly drop a Zealot or something like that. No, looks like the last hit he will get right through, but we will have a lot of forces. He flies through, but it looks like the probes are not. He lands some Reavers. Not so sure exactly why you would land Reavers instead of High Templars, but he will get some Reaver shot out. At the last bit, there's a nice shot against the... No, it's not meant to be. Looks like the Reaver died before actually then any shots. And now Light is up in about 10 supply. I fear that the end of the game might be coming up very soon, because Snow is going to be exhausting a lot of the minerals inside of his base. It's fine. He's going to be going for core upgrade. That's going to be for armor upgrade, which is going to be for the shield. It's not for the shield, but for the armor of the shadows. It's not a carrier switch. He doesn't have the leisure to go for carrier switches right now. But anyways, at the last minute, these tanks are going to try to shell this base, and this is a mistake, I think, from Light. He doesn't need to shell this base at all, because this base has been mining out for some time, and he will eat a lot of Storm from the high ground. Just content with, trying to keep his side of the map secure, and that's going to be much better. But anyways, looks like we're going to be having some Dragoons coming out, and we will have some Storms to cast a lot of nice, beautiful energy, psionic energy on these Goliaths. He will cast yet another Storm on the clumped up tank, but those tanks are not yet destroyed. They're still alive. They're still alive, and that's going to bring Light a little bit back here. Light ahead by about 30 supply. The game will go on. By the way, I will have another epic game to follow after this game, so if you're one of my supporters in the last 30 days, namely if you're a Sea Goblin and if you are what's your face, Donald McDonald, you can go ahead and watch those games via the private playlist mentioned in the video description, as well as a pinned comment. But if you're another player, another person, you just watch them in a very standard normal timing. Anyways, I fear that this game might be ending soon here for Snow. He's behind by about 40 supply. Light comes up with a lot of forces. He takes out yet another base. And this base, he's been mining for a while. It's still got some minerals, right? And a lot of probes, so that's going to be a problem here. Snow is just running out of ideas. He could just easily fly out a lot of shadows, during this time to go towards this, bottom left corner of the screen and eventually hit this 8 o'clock base, but he's not doing that. And probes are forced to get evacuated. These High Templars can cast some energy, but they are not. Okay, now these guys are attacking very late Storms, and this base will fall, and that's the Matrix really safe today. We will have a Zealot coming out just to buy time. The Zealot, the Shadow is, I'm not so sure where exactly he's gonna try to hide in the corner and look for a place to attack. But yeah, looks like Light is gonna finally eye the top right now. He says, you know what, I'm gonna come out. Why do you have a Stargate? Very random Stargate in the area here. But anyways, now the tank's gonna start to shell, and we don't have enough Protoss forces reinforcing from the back. Snow is mining very poorly. He's behind by about 40 supply. These tanks will take out this base. The Shadow will fall. Anyways, that was a nice fight between these two players. Snow started up on a very good note, but he could not just continue the momentum after his 4 Nexus versus 2 Command Center. He just let Light recuperate, and that has led to his downfall. But anyways, Snow is gonna try his best to come back, but it looks very hopeless to me here. This base will fall. He's not even trying. I don't think he's trying at all. He's trying to reinforce from the ground, whereas he needs to be making a lot of shadows and High Templars. He does make some shadows now, and GG from Snow. That is gonna be the end of the game. If you enjoyed this, guys, feel free to buy me a coffee. The link to that is gonna be in the video description. I will see you soon. Bye bye.